improve arterial function, and lower markers of inflammation. When combined with slow-cooked meat, pomegranate does something interesting. Its natural acids help break down connective tissue, turning tough cuts into tender. Gelatin-rich protein. At the same time, it infuses the dish with antioxidants that help counteract oxidative stress. So you end up with a stew that delivers both structural support through protein and minerals and protective compounds that reduce inflammation and support recovery. Number 13. Garlic and herb immunity broth. Garlic has been used medicinally across nearly every ancient culture, and that consistency is not accidental. When garlic is crushed, it produces compounds that act as broad-spectrum antimicrobials. These compounds have been shown to act against bacteria, viruses, fungi, and parasites. Regular consumption of garlic has also been linked to reduced severity and frequency of common illnesses. In this broth, garlic is combined with herbs like thyme, oregano, and hyssop, creating a layered defense system. The key detail is that garlic is often added later in the cooking process to preserve its active compounds. This kind of broth is simple but extremely effective. It supports the immune system directly and has been used for centuries as a first response when the body starts to feel under stress. Number 14. Barley and lentil survival stew. This is one of the most complete plant-based meals you can create. Barley and lentils together provide a nearly perfect nutritional balance. Barley contributes beta-glucan for gut and cardiovascular health, along with steady energy release. Lentils provide protein, iron, and essential micronutrients. Their amino acid profiles complement each other, meaning together they form a complete protein source. This kind of combination could sustain a person through long periods of physical demand. It's simple.
Of potential extraterrestrial imagery. In interviews, he described an incident in 1970 or 1971 while visiting a restricted photo lab. A technician showed her a striking image featuring a round white object with sharply defined edges hovering above a field of pine trees. Unfamiliar with such an anomaly, she asked if it was a UFO. The technician replied, "I can tell you that." A pressed further, inquiring what would happen to the image. According to her account, the technician responded, "Well, we always have to airbrush them out before we sell them to the public." She interpreted its initial refusal as confirmation that the object was indeed an unidentified error phenomenon, but that protocol demanded its removal from any version made available to the public. Eho passed 2001 during a Disclosure Project press conference at the National Press Club in Washington, D.C. She maintained neither the original photograph nor the technician lab claims her alleged that a NASA employee involved in astronauts debriefings and quarantine procedures confided in her that nearly every Apollo astronaut had reported seeing alien craft during their missions, including on the lunar surface. This particular man was in quarantine with them and was part of their debriefing. She recalled in one interview, it said that a lot of them talked about their experience in seeing this craft follow them. "I believe there were three on the moon where they landed." She further claimed astronauts were instructed to remain silent for reasons of national security and required to sign non-disclosure agreements backed by threats of imprisonment. While NASA and the US government have consistently stated there is no evidence of extraterrestrial visits to life, some Apollo astronauts, including Edna Mitchell, the sixth man to walk on the moon, later voiced public beliefs in UFOs and extraterrestrial activities. The claim have drawn fresh attention in 2026 following criticism of NASA imaging of interstellar object 31 Atlas, which some suggested could represent advanced technology. Released Pentagon files related to UFO encounters contain no confirmation or photo alteration by NASA, though they do include images from Apollo missions showing unexplained lights in shapes. Now, moving over to the next update for tonight is Ghana rejects Ramaphosa's state visit request over xenophobic attacks. Ghana has reportedly tendered a request for a state visit by South African President Cyril Ramaphosa, according to Ghanaian officials who spoke to DW. The decision comes as tensions remain high over recent xenophobic violence in South Africa. Sources within the Ghanaian government say the planned visit, which was expected to take place in early August, was declined to avoid possible public backlash and protest in Ghana, while emotions around the issue remain strong. Ghanaian officials say the safety and dignity of their citizens remain a top priority. Accra has reportedly urged Pretoria to take concrete steps to address the attacks and guarantee the protection of foreign nationals before any future high-level visits can take place. Moving on to the next study abroad. Burkina Faso military-led government has approved a new measure requiring students to obtain official authorization before pursuing higher education abroad in a move that has drawn criticism from human rights groups. The decree adopted by the Council of Ministers would apply to all Burkina-based students seeking to study overseas, whether they are funded through government scholarships, private sponsorships, or personal funds. Authorities say the policy is intended to improve oversight, protect students from fraudulent institutions, and align overseas education with national development priorities. However, Human Rights Watch argues that the requirements could restrict the rights to freedom of movement and education, raising concerns about how approvals should be guaranteed or granted and whether decisions could be applied selectively. Now to the next update for tonight is Microsoft laying off 4,800. Microsoft is cutting our workforce, representing about 2.1% of its total employees. The company disclosed the reductions on Monday with a significant portion targeting its Xbox gaming division amid broader industry shifts driven by advancing technology. In an internal memo to staff, Amy Coleman's Microsoft Executive Vice President and Chief People Officer linked the job cuts to rapid changes in the technology landscape, while emphasizing that none of the eliminated roles will be directly replaced by artificial intelligence. She acknowledged the transformative impact of the technology. Our business is changing because the world around it is changing. The way technology is built, deployed, and used is transforming faster than at any point in my time here, Coleman stated. The layoffs come as Microsoft continues to navigate an evolving tech sector where artificial intelligence is altering workflows and productivity expectations. Coleman noted that AI is changing how work gets done, highlighting the need for the company to adapt its structure to remain competitive in this new environment. The impact is particularly acute in the Xbox division, which oversees Microsoft's popular gaming console and related services. Xbox CEO Asha Shaman outlined plans to eliminate 1,600 positions immediately as part of Monday's announcement, followed by an additional 1,600 cuts through the end of fiscal year 2027. We are beginning the most significant restructure in Xbox history, Chairman said in a separate memo to employees. Our business today is not healthy. Chairman pointed to underwhelming performance from company's Game Pass subscription service, which provides access to a library of games for a monthly fee. The division has also faced intensifying competition from both major publishers and small independent studios in its push to expand its catalog of new titles. Despite the restructuring, Microsoft confirmed that no first-party games or projects already publicly announced will be cancelled. The job reductions mark one of the more notable workforce adjustments for Microsoft in recent memory, arriving at while optimizing other segments of its vast operations. Shares of Microsoft dipped roughly 1% in early trading following the announcement. Our next update for tonight is deadly heatwave wipes out millions of chickens in France. According to a report from the New York Times, France's extreme heatwave in late June has taken a devastating toll on the country's poultry industry, killing millions of chickens and exposing the vulnerability of modern farming to rising temperatures. In northwestern France, one family farm experienced a crisis firsthand. The birds were just 19 days from slaughter when temperatures inside their long shed soared dangerously on June 23rd during what was described as the country's hottest stretch on record. Over several hours, 1,500 chickens collapsed. By the time Farmer Isabel opened the door, roughly one-third of the flock lay dead. It broke my heart, Ronadier said of the loss at a family farm which supplies supermarkets, butchers, and roasters. Extreme heat threatens nearly all living creatures, but chickens are especially at risk. Unable to sweat and insulated by feathers, they begin panting heavily in high temperatures, which leads to rapid dehydration and exhaustion. Even slow-growing free-range birds like those raised by the Ronadier suffer. Large-scale broiler chickens, bred to reach market weight in just 5 weeks, face an added disadvantage. Their accelerated metabolism generates more internal heat, making them poorly adapted to a warming climate. Industrial estimates suggest hundreds of thousands to several million birds perished across France during the torrid June period, overwhelming carcass collection services in major poultry regions. Some farmers reported losses far exceeding normal daily mortality rates. On another nearby farm, Silva Gosbord lost only 14 out of her 700 chickens but still expressed deep regrets. She plans to adjust her flock's timing next year to avoid having birds near slaughter weight during peak summer heat. The deaths highlight broader challenges for agriculture in an era of more frequent and intense heat waves. France, a leading poultry producer in Europe, has seen its livestock sector strained as animals engineered for efficiency confront environmental conditions they were never designed to endure. Farmers are now grappling with immediate losses and considering longer-term adaptations to protect their operations. And moving on to the next update for tonight is health officials warn parasitic infections spreading in North Carolina. According to a report from WSOC TV, health authorities are closely monitoring a parasitic infection that is gaining traction across multiple states, raising concerns among residents in the southeast. The outbreak involves cycloparalysis, a condition triggered by cyclospora parasites, which spreads through contaminated food or water. As of early July 2026, Michigan has reported nearly 700 cases, with officials anticipating further increases in the coming days. North Carolina has also recorded a notable uptick, with the State Department of Health and Human Services confirming 69 reports of the illness since early June. The majority of these cases in North Carolina has originated from Wake County as of July 2nd. The infection occurs when individuals ingest food or water contaminated with the microscopic parasite. Once inside the body, it leads to intense gastrointestinal distress. Health experts describe the impact as particularly debilitating, often sending patients to emergency rooms due to severe complications. This is a parasitic infection that causes what we call severe gastroenteritis. That's that's severe form of food poisoning, the nausea, the vomiting, and the diarrhea. And what leads people to emergency room is the complication of profound dehydration that comes as a result of the infection, a health official explained. Symptoms typically include prolonged watery diarrhea, loss of appetite, substantial weight loss, stomach cramps, bloating, increased gas, nausea, and fatigue. In some cases, vomiting and low-grade fever may also appear. The illness can persist for weeks if left untreated, making prompt medical attention essential, especially for vulnerable populations such as young children, older adults, and those with weakened immune system. Officials emphasize that the parasite is not transmitted directly from person to person, but through environmental contamination, often linked to imported produce or untreated water sources. Prevention remains the most effective defense. Experts strongly recommend thoroughly washing all fresh fruits and vegetables under running water before consumption and avoid swallowing water while swimming in lakes, rivers, or pools. Physicians urge anyone experiencing persistent gastrointestinal symptoms to seek medical evaluation from samples, and treatment with specific antibiotics can help resolve the infection. More quick about parasitic threats, including separate concerns over screwworm parasites affecting livestock in other regions. While cycloporasis outbreaks have occurred in previous years, the current numbers in Michigan and the rise in North Carolina underscore the need for heightened vigilance during the summer months when fresh produce consumption typically peaks. Thank you all for listening to our updates for tonight. We're moving to the next update where we want to look into the climate crisis that is going on in different parts of our world. So, in case you're watching, please stay tuned to your screen as I bring you the very first update of what is happening in China. China was struck by a terrible typhoon and it has affected most civilians in China, and a lot of properties has been destroyed. Here are more updates concerning that. Tonight, we really want to look into the climate crisis that is happening in different parts of the world. We know how so many countries are facing devastating disasters, from flooding to torrential rainfall to wildfire, name it, earthquakes and the like. So tonight is the topic we're going to be having in our desk today, and we discuss shortly with Fanata, the minister, is we know of the flooding now, even Venezuela also experienced New Jersey. New Jersey also experienced torrential rainfall. This is it, please.
BJ's in central New Jersey, captured by surveillance video. This is the moment when heavy rain caused part of the roof to collapse at BJ's in central New Jersey, captured by surveillance video.
BJ's Wholesale. Structural collapse with entrapment.
No one was hurt, but a deluge of rainwater flooded the warehouse's floor. Aisle after aisle, everything soaked. In Camden, high water choked roads and poured into basements. More than 3 inches of rain fell along coastal New Jersey this morning, turning roads into rivers and stranding some motorists. A local business owner recorded as rainwater inundated his grocery market.
We're losing all of our merchandise again.
And this was the scene at the Jersey Shore University Medical Center, flooded hallways and ambulance bays. New Jersey was hit hard by back-to-back storms over the holiday weekend as extreme heat gave way to powerful thunderstorms.
Bam! I heard the noise, and automatically I knew that tree hit my house.
Work crews used chainsaws to help remove trees uprooted in Paramus. Wild weather across the country. High winds kicked up a dust storm in Abilene, Texas on Sunday. The National Weather Service clocked winds of up to 80 miles an hour. And in central Oklahoma, lightning struck an oil storage tank, causing a huge fire Sunday night.
Immediately after that, fire trucks started coming and stuff, and then it just got crazy.
In southern Colorado, the Aspen Acres fire continues to grow. More than 90,000 acres have burned since the fire started last week, and it's only about 12% contained. And those extremely dry conditions are fueling the fire. Several towns have already been evacuated. That stands in pretty stark contrast to where we are here, well waterlogged, and much of the mid-Atlantic remains under flood watch. Tony?
Lana Zach with the hood up tonight. Lana, thank you very much. Let's turn to the national forecast now with
the government is stepping up water, stress, and extreme weather. The plan aims to embed climate risk planning across. Must say preparation must go beyond protecting others.
What is particularly the very high food insecurity in many parts of the world that are going to be affected
by El Nino. And this is because of previous climate extremes. Many parts of the world have already been experiencing
economic shocks because of conflict.
We must also focus on food with programs such as social cash transfer and the public program before the hunger is up.
Yep.
So this is the moment where how humbly invite Vanessa, the minister, and I want us to really look into this topic. A lot of people have been affected by this climate crisis. We want to look into the way forward, because if we look at what's concerned mainly is about food, because when the drought sets in, most plants are likely going to die, and most plants cannot even survive a certain amount of heat. And look at what even happened in France. Most farmers, I even came across an update today of truths out there elites are planning, and is even in their platform. One of their plan is to produce lab-grown food, lab-grown meat, because perhaps they are seeing that the natural disaster is going to affect the feeding of mankind. So for the third minister, our time is almost up, but I want you to say something concerning this one, because it's very important in this end of time.
All right. Thank you, Carmen, Prophet, for this opportunity. When it comes to food, is essential in the life of has been without food and water since his birth. You can't do without food. Yes. do you still need food. So if natural poultry produce foods are those that are coming with, then it means we are getting
This is the moment when heavy rain caused part of the roof to collapse at BJ's in central New Jersey, captured by surveillance video.
BJ's Wholesale. Structural collapse with entrapment.
No one was hurt, but a deluge of rainwater flooded the warehouse's floor. Aisle after aisle, everything soaked. In Camden, high water choked roads and poured into basements. More than 3 inches of rain fell along coastal New Jersey this morning, turning roads into rivers and stranding some motorists. A local business owner recorded as rainwater inundated his grocery market.
We're losing all of our merchandise again.
And this was the scene at the Jersey Shore University Medical Center, flooded hallways and ambulance bays. New Jersey was hit hard by back-to-back storms over the holiday weekend as extreme heat gave way to powerful thunderstorms.
Bam! I heard the noise, and automatically I knew that tree hit my house.
Work crews used chainsaws to help remove trees uprooted in Paramus. Wild weather across the country. High winds kicked up a dust storm in Abilene, Texas.
More than hundreds and thousands of things. And where are they getting all these animals from? We should tell you that some of them are genetically or it feels normal.
So let me come in here. So does it mean that it has gotten to the point where one needs to change their diets? Like if there are certain things you used to eat, like let's say 10 years ago, this is the point where you need to restructure, you need to strategize. You say I've been eating vegetarian. Is that something that can be helpful for at least a believer that is listening?
When the doctor of the prophet, changing your diet wouldn't matter at this point because what are you going to change to? The mango, the vegetables, they're already genetically modified. So what are you going to change? You are changing from one state to it's still the same thing. It is still the same thing because okay, you wouldn't be eating, you will be a vegetarian. Now the vegetables you are going, the green plants you are going to, the cassava, the plantain, the cucumbers, the lettuce, they are also genetically modified, just like the animals.
There was a man in the Bible that lived on all his days. It was just locust and honey. And the other time, I was having this conversation with this, but I was asking, where is the vitamin C? Where is the vitamin D? Where is the calcium? He survived. He was able to live by it. Or I'm sure that the Bible will not tell lies that he lives only by locust and honey. So if you're saying that even if you want to be a vegetarian, there is no way at all. So we will not eat at all.
I'm not saying there is no way. Now, the local ones or the organic ones, they are very few in the system, and you only find them in the rural areas. You only find them in areas that have agric offices in most of the rural areas, the farming areas, and then they supply the farmers with seed. Which seed are they giving them? They are the genetically modified seeds. So it is only in a few rural areas that you come across organic food. Most urban cities, most cities that are a bit developed, it will be hard. Most of the things you'll be eating, I tell you, they are from some company, some laboratory somewhere. They are grown in some laboratory somewhere that you don't know of. So and here lies the case that many people do not want to enter into farming. Many people do not, go back to nature.
Like that idea.
So they see it to be best. And now there are a lot of homes that they don't cook at all. They depend on these uh, already made food.
Yes, entrepreneurs they are training on that one.
They already some can buy it, one put it in their fridge when it is time for them to eat, they just warm it and they eat. Just like normal. And now it has even been made easy. You can be in your house, you can order food and then A delivery man will bring the
Just
food.
bring it to your
You
doorstep.
see, so we are not concerned about what we eat. It's all about the taste. The taste, and satisfying hunger. But then I'm looking at it that some years to come, it will be very hard for you to come by organic food products. Most of the things will be chemicals, will be or laboratory. Some scientist somewhere has added one or two chemicals together and has formed
It's
something, and then we are
serious.
eating.
Hmm. It makes me remember what the Bible actually said, that the days will be shortened. Because if it's not shortened, how are we going to even survive? And I have a lot of questions. Is it going to affect our work? Is something that you are eating chemicals? Is it going to shorten your purpose on earth? Is it going to affect you in many ways, even your salvation journey? But time will not permit me. But in case you're watching, you're listening, please be mindful of what you eat. A lot of things are happening, disasters here and there. People are losing properties, people are losing their hard earned money, people are losing investments. Name it, even future is coming very, very, very soon. Until we meet again, I wish you heaven at last.
All right, our amazing news. Yah richly bless you. I bless you. Bishop Moore, Yahweh richly bless you for always staying in touch. Yes, and I can see Pastor Jeremiah. Yah richly bless you, man of Yah. The Lord richly bless you. It is still the season evening show. Yes. So it's fortunately and unfortunately today wouldn't be coming your way with the on Sangiro, but then it is going to be the repeat. Yes, make sure you go to our social media page on Facebook. Yes, visit our social media page on Facebook on Back to God TV. Tell you it was exciting. There are a lot of things to learn from. Yes, and I believe that as we learn, very soon we also will be heroes and heroes indeed. Yahweh richly bless you all for joining and making it a point, even to be with us this hour. Wherever you have joined us from in your nation, we say, I want richly bless you, our producer and the chief executive producer of this great show, our Father in the Lord. We say, Yahweh richly bless you. Evening show, Yahweh richly bless you. Um, we'll call it a 9, but don't forget that exactly 9 p.m. coming your way with setting the record straight. Setting the record straight. You need to set your record straight. There are a lot of things to learn. Make sure you get the repeat and then make sure you get the replay and the repeat and make sure you listen and you would be blessed. There is a lot to learn. There is more to learn. Make sure you make it a point with the Prophet Jeremiah Bansa every 9 p.m. from Mondays to Fridays. And I tell you, your life will not be the same. And exactly 4:30 a.m. GMT, woman of Yah, mother in the Lord, Mama Blessing Bansa. Join and don't join alone. Join with the family. Join for them also to take as well. Wake up in the fellowship of Yahweh. Yah richly bless you. We'll come your way same time again tomorrow. Make it a point to join us. Efata, you are welcome. Yahweh richly bless you. But at this moment, we are drawing the curtains. But don't forget their channel on Facebook, Back to God TV.
you.